in before of creation of the ledgers, we need to make a clarity about of what are the different types of the ledgers which we have. Here, all the ledgers has been divided into the two parts as per the transactions wise. The first one is balance sheet and the second one is profit and loss. What is the balance sheet and as well as the profit and loss. And first point, here when creation of a general ledgers, in the first point we need to identify here all the liabilities and the assets and the capitals. All these three has to be considered onto the balance sheet and as well as in the profit and loss we can have the all the incomes and as well as the expenditures. Whether it is a direct income or indirect income or direct expenses or indirect expenses, whatever it was, all the incomes and expenditures will be considered into the profit and loss and as well as all the liabilities, capitals and assets will be considered into the balance sheet. And the second thing, only balances in local currency. So what was the purpose of this only balances in local currency is whatever the transactions which was happened in a general ledger and those of the general ledgers can have the or can make the transactions until that transaction currency only, not then the other than the currency. That can be activatable for balance sheet but not for the profit and loss. That means we can identify here in the balance sheet whatever the transaction which was happening. Those of the transactions should be there in the company core currency, but mostly in the profit and loss account, it should not be. It may be having the other than currency transactions also will be allowed. And as well as whatever the ledgers which we are creating in the balance sheet, they can have the opening balances, but the profit and loss accounts doesn't having any opening balances. The profit and loss accounts doesn't having any opening balances here, as like as line item display for all the either it is the profit and loss transactions or the balance sheet ledgers, they can have the line item display should be the activate for the both type of ledgers. It should have the itemized display and as well as sort key. That means whatever the transactions which was happened under that ledger, the transactions should be shown in the report by the sorting key of 001. That means posting date. Here also it was 001 posting date wise. And at last, uh, field status group. Here we can have any multiple of the different types of the field status groups. But here in the field status group, which we are using generally as an Z001 general, G001 is for the general, and G005 Z005 for the bank accounts and as well as G067 for the reconciliation accounts, Z067 for the reconciliation accounts, as like as in the same way for the profit and loss accounts, here G029, it is for the revenues as well as G004 cost accounts. So when creation of the ledgers, most of the time we need to use all these fields and we need to remember all these of the fields. For creation of a ledgers from here, the menu path will be like this. And the menu path should be like this. For this, SPRO, SPRO, SAP reference IMG, financial accounting, general ledger accounting, and then GL accounts, master data, GL account creation and processing, edit, GL account, edit, GL account, centrally, and the transaction code for this one is FS00. For creation of a general ledger from the SAP, we need to use the menu path of SPRO, IMG, financial accounting, and the general ledger accounting, and their GL accounts. After that, master data, and their GL account creation and processing, and as well as edit GL account. From there, edit GL account centrally. All these of the menu path which we can use for creation of a general ledger master records. General ledger master records. So when we are entering on this menu path, we will make all these things. All the 6 steps has been included for the creation of a general ledger accounts here. From here, SPRO,